what is actually happening when someone keeps repeating the same pattern in their life, even when they understand it and want to change it? What is true power? And what is it that actually blocks people from feeling connected to it?
It's raining right now. There's a natural electricity in the air at this moment. Feeling this and being inside of it is a blessing. It's normal and it's okay for us to be in our own way, to be stuck at times, to feel this constant karmic loop that occurs. And we can see them as mental patterns, as thoughts that keep coming up and getting in our own way and prevent us from being our most authentic and true self. So why is it that people can be aware, and someone can be aware of their own thoughts, their own loop patterns, but still not be able to escape them?
Okay, so I just wanted to make a little comment about nature here. In shamanic understanding, like nature isn't something that's outside of you, it's something that you're in relationship with. Everything in nature is seen as alive, responsive, carrying an intelligence, not in a mystical kind of out there way, but in a relational way. The tree isn't just a tree. The storm or the rain isn't just water coming down. They're mirrors, they're regulators, and they're teachers.
This requires an energetic shift. It requires the ability to shift your consciousness, your focused awareness, your true foundation of where you're thinking from. And the way to do that is to connect with oneself deeply, to remember what you truly are. And as I sit here in this gentle rain around nature, I can see that this is what I am. And this feeling of awareness is what allows me to let go of myself. Because the way nature grows, the way it moves, the way it flows, the way the plants grow and the water flows. Perfect organism that works with itself.
Yeah, nature reflects your internal state. Right? When a shaman works with nature, they're not escaping themselves, going out to nature, they're seeing themselves more clearly. For example, sitting in stillness, you become aware of your internal noise. Being in a storm, you recognize your own inner intensity, for example, or watching cycles, the day and the night, the seasons. You understand your own cycles.
And if you peel back all the layers of thought and everything that we've been conditioned to understand about ourselves, you see that there is this natural energy, this electricity that's in the air is the electricity of yourself, the energy that you are. When you deeply understand this, you see how magical you are as a being. We're not just flesh and bones, we're a magnificent creation that is not separated from nature itself. And that awareness, that love that you can open yourself up to everything around, is what releases our karma. Our karmic energy, what we feel in our loops that we constantly run into. This is us unable to let go of ourselves.
Yeah, okay. So returning to true self is what is releasing our karma, right? So nature regulates you without you even trying. Have you ever noticed when sitting in nature, your breath slows and your body softens, your awareness expands? But shamanic work goes even further than that. It doesn't just regulate you, it helps you listen to what's underneath the dysregulation and the energetic vibration that is you.
And we're not able to let go of ourselves because we don't know who we truly are. And because we haven't resonated deeply with that feeling, with that intoxication of the natural energy that we are, we believe the stories we've been told. The true story is that you are powerful. You are nature. And you have something that nature does not have, which is imagination. The ability to see yourself as you deeply believe you are. This is the foundation. This is the energetic connection. This is the awareness. To know that that imagination inside of you, that's the creative power. And it's your responsibility, your free choice to either decide to harness that power or just let it flow willy-nilly. But if you let your imagination flow, you're under the circumstance of everything else and all the stories we've been told, and we believe and we see. We may want to be out of a certain situation, out of our own loop patterns, but we don't believe that we're on the other side of it. So the question becomes, what do you believe? How do you see yourself? Do you know that you're connected to everything? Have you felt that awareness? Have you felt that connection? Or do you constantly feel separated from it?
Yeah, this is such a powerful way to understand imagination. From a shamanic perspective, imagination isn't just something in your head. It's a space you're constantly in relationship with. Every time that you picture something, anticipate something, replay something, you're actually shaping energy in that space. So it's not about whether you're using your imagination. You already are. The question is whether you're consciously directing it or whether it's being driven by old imprints, old fears, or old patterns. Because if it's unconscious, your power gets scattered. If it just runs in the same direction it already has for since you knew about it all. It just runs in the same direction it already has. But when you bring awareness to it, imagination becomes something you can work with. Not to force outcomes, but to align with something deeper and more true. And that's where your power sits, in how you relate to that space.
Because it's a very organic process. It's a very simple process. And all it takes is intention, your intention to want to connect. And you must admit that you are disconnected. And as you do that, you'll begin to see that the power has always been inside of you. This is the same power that beats your heart, that allows your hormones to release, that allows your skin to replenish, that allows your hair to grow. You're not thinking about it. You're not doing it. Your ego, the thing on the front, the conscious mind that's always thinking about the past, the present, and the future. That's not what this is. The true self is behind all of that.
Yeah. So nature shows you what's already within you without distortion. So in modern life, most people know themselves through their thoughts, their labels, or their stories. Shamanic perspective says that's only a surface layer. When you're in nature, you feel instead of analyze, you notice instead of interpret. And that's where deeper awareness comes in. When you peel back all the layers, the energy that you are, you recognize what is natural versus adaptive. Nature doesn't overcompensate or overthink or force. So when you're in it, you start to notice this tension in me isn't natural. This constant vigilance isn't my original state.
And all it takes is a resonance to finally connect with it. And as soon as you connect with it, everything changes. You are no longer a stranger in the world, you are the creator of it. And this is our birthright. This is why we are here. To remember. To remember our true power, to remember what we truly are, and to evoke that out of ourselves because we've been programmed out of it, and it takes awareness, it takes time, it takes intentionality. And the power behind it that can make it happen instantly is imagination. Do you have the ability to see yourself in the end? Can you feel that? Can you sense that? Can you allow that?
Yeah. And this idea of allowing, it can be really misunderstood. It's not about interfering with what's trying. It's about not interfering with what's trying to move. There are things within you that already know how to shift, how to release, how to complete. But often we interrupt that. We tighten, we resist, we try to control or push away. Allowing is the moment you stop doing that. Not passively, not unconsciously. It's a conscious process. You stay present with what's there. And in that space, something starts to move on its own. Energy that was held begins to loosen. What was unfinished starts to complete. So allowing isn't letting it happen in an avoidant way or a victim mentality. It's staying in relationship with it without getting in the way of its natural movement.
It's so simple, yet so profound, because we truly believe it's harder than it needs to be. And what we believe we create, and you don't have to know how to get there. Your ego will never know how to get there. All you have to do is create the space, your vessel, your being, your beingness. Allow yourself to gently become the energy. And the best way to do that is to breathe, to get in nature, to allow yourself to connect. Just witness everything around you. You'll notice that you'll look at individual things, like right now I'm looking at the ants that crawl. These individual leaves and plants, these beautiful flowers, exotic bugs, the thunder, the clouds that are moving in the air, birds that are flying by. And then you can shift this awareness to have what I would call a bird's eye view, a bird's eye perspective.
Yeah, you begin to listen differently. And this is the real shift. A shaman isn't just in nature, they are listening to it, in dialogue with it. And that translates inward. Instead of how do I fix this, it becomes what is this showing me? What is being held here? Because you're not just saying go to nature, you're saying nature shows you who you are underneath what you've adapted into.
Not to be in it, but to be of it. To be detached enough from it, but to look at it in its entirety, in its wholeness. It's all happening perfectly right here, right now. And you are the result of that. And as soon as you allow yourself to be, and to feel the energy, and to accept it, there is no one to get in your way. Because you'll realize the self was never there.
Okay, so this can sound a bit out there when you first hear it, but what he's pointing to is a shift in how you experience yourself. The self we usually think we are, the one that's constantly thinking or analyzing, trying to control everything, that's not something fixed. It's something that's been formed, built through experience, adaptation, memory. So when he says the self was never there, it's not that you don't exist. It's that the version of you you've been identifying with isn't your original state. And when you step out of that constant doing, that constant trying to manage everything, that's a different experience that opens up, where things were just moving, unfolding, not because you're forcing them, but because you're no longer holding them in the same way. And that's where that sense of this is all happening perfectly right now comes from. Not because everything is ideal, but because you're no longer in resistance to what is. You're in relationship with it. And in that space, there's less effort, less control, and a deeper sense of alignment with something that's already moving.
Aho. Remember who you are. Shamanic Essentials Unleashed, the Ultimate Shamanic Cultivation, Healing, and Protection Handbook by Psychologist Yee Lin and Shaman Gabriel. Within these pages, you will learn to cultivate your spiritual power, protect your energetic body, and heal the unseen layers of your being. Through daily practices, sacred rituals, and timeless teachings, this book becomes both a shield and a compass for those walking the spiritual path.
In the rhythm of Earth's gentle pulse, I stand rooted. Great Mother, embrace me into your dance. Through silent whispers and ancient songs, I feel the heartbeat in the sacred thrum. The life beneath, guide my steps, harmonize my spirit as I merge with your ageless cadence. Mountains, valleys, rivers, and seas, echo your timeless beat within me. Teach me, Earth, to honor every pulse, to dance, to love, to dream, and to be. In every heartbeat, I find connection, embracing the love and strength you grant freely, the grace that you provide. I shall cherish and keep. Grant me your wisdom as I walk this path. Aho. Shamanic Essentials Unleashed, the ultimate shamanic cultivation, healing, and protection handbook. Now available on Amazon.